They just beat the Jets. They're staying in New Jersey, and the Giants aren't much better. Their best player they have is a running back. Saquon Barkley was a high ankle sprain, out for a month and a half. What interests you about this game, Dad?
Okay. Well, first, I think no matter how many injuries the 49ers have, I think they're going to murder the Giants. Those two New Jersey teams really stink. Mm-hmm. The only thing that worries me is the surface. I mean, people seem to get hurt on that turf, and it's a shame that the Niners have to play there 2 Sundays in a row. But I think they're going to kill the Giants, no matter who the quarterback is. But I do want to say, and again, get back to the big picture. If they were to lose this game, and they're not going to lose this game, but if the Niners were to lose this game now, that would be very serious, because they need to win the easy games while they, as Mariucci say, while they're healthy up.
Right, because let's look at their division. They have 5 more games against NFC West teams. None of those games are easy. They also have a game in New England. They have a game against the Packers, who look better this year. They have a game against the Bills, who are 2-0. The schedule gets real difficult. So if they need to win these games, there's no excuse. Even though Kittle's out, Sherman's out, they got to win these games to stay in the hunt. Because remember, they're in last place, and they're only 1 game out of first. But they're working from behind. They can't afford to lose to the Giants. And the Giants don't have their best player. They're wounded too.
Yeah, and in addition, if they win the next 3 games, I mean, I look at it, it's the Giants, the Eagles, and the Dolphins. Those are the 3 games.
3 bad teams.
Those are bad teams. The Niners, in any iteration of the Niners, ought to be able to beat them. And then they would be, 4-1?
4-1, and they would have all the confidence of a 3-game winning streak with backup on the field. I mean, what a boost that would be.
Yeah. So these games are really important in the sense of the record and of building confidence. And Absolutely. So these games are not, like trap games, that cliche. These are important games that the 49ers can win and do so much for themselves.
Yeah, again, like if they win these games with Nick Mullins being the reason why, or Jordan Reed being the reason why, or Dante Pettis, Brandon Ayuk, then when you get your real superstars back, it's like you have a second team that you've cultivated and developed that you can rely on. It could help them. So what the Niners are going to have to do this year, last year they were 8-0. I mean, nothing bad happened until November. This year, they're going to have to play from behind and make their move later in the season, and they're definitely good enough to do it. Their guys are going to get healthy. If they just stay in the hunt and win these games here, they might even win the NFC West. Who knows?
That's right. And I'm going to say, I want to emphasize the importance of Kyle Shanahan in 2 ways. He's going to have to be very creative on offense, because for a while he won't have Kittles, and his 2 running backs are out. Although with his system, running backs seem to do well. But the point is, he's going to have to be really clever. And Grant, I think he can. But even more important, he's going to have to show leadership.
Yep.
He's going to have to walk around with his head high. We can beat.
That is such a good point. Absolutely. Yeah. Because I imagine that there was a collective depression in the coaching staff Sunday night. They won a game, but it felt like at what cost? Right. And that's human nature. Be depressed Sunday night. But on Monday, you got to move on and you got to project positivity, because you just won and you can win again next week, even without your guys. And you have to. The season is still alive. You could do something really special this year. But if you go into the meeting and project, well, we'll see what we got, then they're going to follow your lead. And what's interesting is yesterday, he had that attitude in his press conference. He was sitting there like this, and he looked so dejected. And I was thinking, boy, he's taking these injuries really hard. I mean, the season isn't over, but I think I misread him. I think he was upset because he had just been fined $100,000, and the team had been fined $250,000 because he didn't wear his mask. So maybe that's what I was reading on his face,
Interesting. So what the dejection was that he was out $100,000,
and he just cost his boss $250,000.
Cost his boss $250,000, and those cheapos Yorks probably didn't like that very much. But yeah, what he needs to show, he can be depressed in his office all he wants, but in coming to the team, he has to be, we can beat these guys. We're going to show up. We can do it.